Hey, what's up, everybody? Let's try some pizza. What's up, King? Hey, what's up, Near? Hey, thank you. Thank you. Do you have Instagram? Yeah, I'm a Sketchcraft on everything. So just look up Sketchcraft, Sketchcraft, and I'm on the Instagrams and the art stations and the Twitters and all that good stuff, man. I made it real easy for everybody. Hey, what's up, Tom Bit? Am I a digital artist? No, I do everything, man. I do traditional, digital, doesn't matter. Oh, super awesome, King. Like today, we're gonna print this out and do some traditional inks and some color pencil. Wrap up the color pencil sometime between today and tomorrow. And then when that's done, I'm gonna go over these digital lines and do digital inks and digital color because it's gonna be also Also going to be cover art. So it's a commission and it's going to be cover art. So so I just tend to do digital inks when publishers need really sort of clean work, because I prefer to like keep my traditional work really looser and more artsy. And it's just easier to make changes digitally than it is with traditional work. But with commissions and personal art, I just go traditional because it's cooler to own a real piece of traditional physical piece of art, right? Oh, nice. Yeah, I love charcoal and graphite. When I was in college, my first year, there was this artist, man, who was super good, dude. All he did was work in charcoal. He was like super good at it. And he disappeared. He was super good. Okay, that's annoying me. We're just gonna ignore that. And nah, I don't like that much either. Okay, I don't do. So, what I don't enjoy doing at all is lightboarding. I can't take it. I spent a couple years doing hand animation in the early 2000s in college, and I spent a good 18 to 24 months staring at a light board, and I can't do it. It burns my eyes out. So a lot of my digital work just came from not wanting to ever look at a light board, rather look at a monitor than a light board. So a lot of what I'm doing now is just what I would have done on a light board, just same techniques here. Really no difference.
Hey Rob,
Yo, what's up?
not much. How's it going?
Man, just trying to get busy.
Yep, evil son's trying to kill me. Uh, there we go. This is looking so much fun.
I mean, yeah, just part of this is just again like thing I've been working on this past 3 or 4 months is just working at like 60 to 100% zoom tops. So just not zooming in.
Yep,
So like on faces, I'll still sort of do it, just because I believe if the faces are right, everything else is forgivable. Like,
yeah, I can agree with that.
but like um but that being said, like I know like before I spent a lot of time like working at levels of zoom that I'm like, what's the point of this shit? Like, it
Yep,
doesn't actually produce a better result. So I know people think, well, it's clean. I'm like, yeah, but I'm liking less and less clean work. And I know
yeah,
it's weird because like my idea of clean is or dirty is probably most people's like best, like clean.
yep.
But like I just know like when I'm sketching, I arrive at certain shapes. So like I think to arrive at certain shapes, you have to be at a certain zoom level,
Mm,
that's similar to like traditional.
yeah,
Yeah, I was at the comic shop picking up Son of a Dragon because he got behind on a couple issues, and so I was like, "Hey, we'll look for some cool fucking. There's gotta be some other cool shit to buy." I can't. I hate to be like one of them cats, but other than Invader Zim, I can't find one comic out there worth purchasing. Like,
I haven't
I
really found
mean,
anything.
Gunslinger Spawn is dope. Like, I like Brett's work. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like, that shit's dope. But like, I'm trying. Like,
yeah. I'm pretty picky, so yeah. I mean, most of the stuff I read is European comics.
yeah, I don't know why this is. Yeah, I'm like, there's a lot of over reliance on like shader brushes. I think.
Mm,
Like there's this giant like dry brush thing where there's like just dry brush the shit out of everything. Like yeah, I don't know. There's a lack of drawing. I feel like I know it sounds weird because they're all being drawn, but I feel like
yeah,
it's just there's just no. I can't get the human behind it. Um, I was rereading the Art of Invader Zim, right?
that's a great
And
book.
Yonan Vasquez was talking about how like the turtles were like the first real comic that he noticed. And it
Hmm.
was like he felt like his words were like um, that it felt like there was a human behind the
Hmm.
brush. And I know what he means by that because like if you look at comics from the 80s, there were that super like John Romita senior Jan Buscema like super clean brushwork. I just Gil Kane, I don't relate to that at all. Like even when I was a kid, that super feathered, look how pretty it is. I'm like I don't relate to it.
I
I
like how
don't know how
pretty it
to. Hmm?
was, but yeah, I know what you mean. Because
Uh,
turtles open my eyes in a lot of things as well.
And I feel like that's we're just getting the digital version of that now. Like it's super feathered, super. It's like everything's focused on like brushwork. I don't know, brushwork and throwing a lot of shit in.
Mm,
Like, let me throw how much shit can we throw in? I feel bad because like I know like IDW is losing the Transformers license, and one of the sites for that was like, well, there's too many robots in the books and no one can follow it. And so people were like, some people on the internet were like blaming artists for adding too many robots. And I'm like, yo, bro, that's an IDW fucking problem. Like, cause
Yeah.
like, that's not an artist problem. Like, cause when I was on that shit, I mean, I had this whole idea for some covers that I was doing with Transformers, and it was like, it was gonna start off with two characters, and then it would scale up, you know? And
Hmm.
then in the middle there'd be a big war, and then in the covers it would scale back down. The last book would feature the same two characters, but like all war torn and shit. Like,
That would be cool.
and yeah, well, they said okay, and then every time I did a cover, it was like, well, we need more, and you got to add the mask character. I got to add this and got to add that, and I'm like, but I mean, to the point where like the last cover, they were like, it needs to have the big battle and Cybertron. I'm like, I'm not the main cover art. I was supposed to be the main cover artist. I'm
Yeah.
like, then they dropped me before the first issue and used Willis Portasio, which I get it, but whatever. And like, I'm just like, they kept telling me to throw more shit in. So like, then they were like, hey man, like the last cover, I threw so much shit in. People were like, that's too much stuff. That's I think you did too much. I'm like, yeah, that's kind of like I did that on purpose. Like I added so much shit that I was like, don't ever ask me to do that again. You see what I'm saying, Allison? Like I was like, they knew it too. So they go, hey man, you want to draw like they wanted me to draw some Wing Blade series or something, and I was like, no fucking way, dude. Like I'm not doing that because they just keep asking for a ton of shit.
Yeah. I liked your IDW covers.
Yeah, well, and
Granted,
so,
I like your
yeah,
artwork in general, so
well, I think what's more important is the interior artist, Max, was happy. And I'm
yeah.
like, like there would have been nice synergy there between him and me if we could have like paired that energy up a bit more. He
Yeah.
was falling on the J. Scott Campbell, I was falling a little bit more on the Bachala side, like not intentionally that I'm just like that seems to be
Yeah.
the way it was going. So it was like, all right, we could have linked that up. But when they're like, and this character, and that, it's like on this, if this were like a fucking, I can imagine really easily if you don't have a name in comics, editors kind of like just, they push you to do shit you'd rather not do. And this would be one of those ones where they go, and can you put Rocksteady in? And can you put Krang? And can you put Casey Jones? And this issue features April. And I'm like, yeah, I'm not doing any of that. Like I'm not putting more shit in. Like I think people think like I like to put a ton of shit in my work, and I'm like, no, I don't. Like, if you go back before I was published, go to my DeviantArt to like 2005, you're gonna see like one character poses, two character poses.
Yeah.
The throwing a bunch of shit in wasn't until I was working with publishers and like, oh, and this, oh, and that. And I was always like accommodating. I'm like, well, I want to be a team player. But
Yeah.
I just look at a lot of these books. I'm just seeing like the X-Men books. I can't tell who the fuck is the X-Men and who is the normal fucking dudes. Like I don't know, man. Everyone's like, and it's not because I'm old and you X-Men have changed. I'm like, no, man. Like even on the Frank Quitely stuff when they're all wearing black, I knew who the X-Men and the bad guys were because the bad guys were still wearing colorful outfits.
Yeah.
Like there was a contrast. There's just a weird. I don't know. It's so fucking weird.
I have a
I
hard
think
time.
so.
A lot of modern comics in general they just don't interest me as much. I just rather make my own.
But I'm trying not to be that guy who goes, "Oh, I don't relate to any of this." But like, I like being a fan of shit. So why? Like, I like the Invader Zim stuff. I think it's well drawn and it's
Mhm.
fucking
It's
super
funny.
fun to read. It's fun to
Yeah.
read. Yeah,
Exactly.
like, and they've been doing it for like 70 fucking issues.
Yeah.
It's
It's a damn
crazy.
good comic.
It might it might be the most consistent run of comics since Savage Dragon and Bone. Like
Yeah.
seriously.
Two of my other favorite comics. I'll
So
admit
it's
I'm
like
behind on Savage Dragon right now, but yeah.
I buy Savage Dragon every month. He puts out a fun
Yeah.
read. There's always something in Savage Dragon where you're like, what the fuck? Oh, every fucking issue. Doesn't matter. So,
Yeah. No,
I mean,
I like how it evolved. Like Savage Dragon, it's completely changed since the original comic in the '90s, and I like that a lot. So
yeah, I do, I do wish there was a way to get more adventures with the original crew just for the nostalgia fuckers, but I get it,
yeah,
So that's why I was doing those fan service dragon picks,
I like those.
which,
Those are fun.
but,
I almost bought one of those, but I love that Spider-Man sketch you did, so went
oh
with
yeah,
that.
thanks. Yeah, I just got a bunch of fucking sketches and shit lying around that I'm like, at this point, like, I figure $40. Who wouldn't? If you wanted to get something, you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
who ain't gonna go for that? Like, it's pretty affordable. So,
I was just like, it's a sketch. It's a little sketch, and I mean something like that. I charge about 30 myself. So yeah,
yeah, I was just doing shit for fun. So I got a few more of those things I gotta throw down. But and I got real pissed because like, I wake up and fucking Paramount Plus charged me $100. I'm
what?
like, what is this shit? Because I got Paramount Plus last year because they said all their movies are going to streaming. And I'm like, all right, so I did the math. SpongeBob and two Mission Impossible movies, that's about 100. That's about, $100. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Between me and my wife. So I'm like, oh, that makes sense. Then the only one that went to Paramount Plus was SpongeBob. So then they're like, yeah, we're not doing anything else, but you'll get Star Trek. I'm like, I don't fucking watch Star Trek. So like, I watch old Star Trek, but I have all that shit. So I'm
yeah,
like, all right, I won't renew this. I guess I forgot to unrenew. So they charged me $100 for the next year, and I was like, I immediately, right when it happened, I called them up, and they had me on the fucking wait for forever. And she go, yeah, we don't refund that. I'm like, literally, I'm not using this shit. And I'm like, you just charged me. Like, yeah, sorry, we don't offer refunds. I'm like, all right, here's the deal. I'm gonna be talking shit about you to like every fuck. I do podcasts. I'm gonna tell everyone, fuck your service. You know what I mean? And two, you just fucking lost. You lost me. You lost me as any kind of future customer. And I'm a mark. Like you put some cool shit on there, I'll pay for it. I don't care.
yeah. I'm the same
I'll
way.
sit out. Yeah, I'll sit at home. I don't go to the club. I mean, I don't fucking drink. So it's like, I mean, I have like a little bit of wine, and I buy boxed wine, so I'm not even like a wine connoisseur. So it's like, um, but I totally they're like, all right, well, sorry, and I'm like, all right. So then I was like, I want my fucking money. So check out. So I'm like, I'm gonna go just sell some shit. I'll get my money back. And then right when I was thinking that getting that shit together, Skillshare charged me a fucking another $100 because I'd got some shit for Brandon's wife last year
Yeah,
to learn on Skillshare, and they didn't have an account, so I got it on my shit. And they charged me. I'm like, someone charged me another $100, and I was like, you fucking dicks, and I couldn't get that money back. So then I'm like, you should have. That got real hot. I'm like, I'm selling everything. So I made my money back, but I was like, my wife's like, it's not a big deal. I'm like, it's a big deal to me. I don't like getting ripped off, like, motherfuckers. You know.
yeah.
I
They
told
get you
Brandon.
when you don't do the what was it when you don't like immediately go in and take your information
Well,
off.
they're just encouraging me to steal shit. You see what I'm saying? Like if someone buys digital tutorials from me, I don't then fucking set them up to get automatically fucking billed a year later.
Yeah,
You imagine if a single see we tolerate corporations doing this shit, but if a fucking independent artist did this shit to you, you would be living like
well, yeah, it would be.
you
Elliot's loving
know.
the piece and is asking if you have time for commissions.
I'm topped up right now, Elliot. So super appreciated, but I am super topped up at the moment. What I
Hmm.
would recommend is just like I try to make a list people can get on, but like the problem with that is I spend a week trying to get a hold of folks. So um, what I would do is just make sure so you're on the Facebook. So I just put out a call, when I got slots open on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter. I mean, I put it everywhere. So um, and but yeah, I'm sorry, man. Like I wish I could do. I say I tried the list last year, And then every time I was like, "Hey, I'm ready," they're like, "Yeah, I'm sorry, I can't." I'm like, "Fucking, I don't know what to do about that." You know,
Yeah.
I
I
didn't
just
have
have no
one. I
money.
had
It's easy.
yeah, well, who does? You know, like some people got fun money, some people don't. So I just think if people are like, "Hey, if you want to be on a list, just be a person who can accept a commission whenever." You know what I mean? This way, I'll trust the list.
Yeah.
But I can't spend. I could just be like, I appreciate whenever you have time to do something. Yeah, 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 man. Super cool, Elliot, dude. I just it sucks 'cause I had a friend, I had a really cool, I had one of my longtime followers go, man, dude, how do I get so long? This is I call him the first backer. So this guy was at the first convention I ever went to with the table was at the 2004 Long Beach convention. This guy was there.
Oh
So he's
damn.
the first guy who ever bought a commission for me at a con. You know what I mean? Which was a big deal for me. So I've always taken care of this dude, Royce. And he was like, "How do I get on your list?" And I'm just like, "Royce, and so I put him. I'm like, "Well, he's the first backer. I'll hit him up." And then when I hit him up, he's like, "I can't right now." I'm like, "Royce, you're making this real difficult for me." you know, like you're not helping the stigma. If the original backer won't, he's like, "Well, I got you." I'm like, "I get you," but um,
Yep.
super funny. I'm like, setting a bad example, Royce. Yeah, we got him squared away now. Like he's like, I said, put the money aside. I'm like, all right, but my goal is to, even with it just depends. I got some freelance work coming up, but if I'm not doing freelance work, then my goal is to get through at least two a week while I also work on my own stuff. So that's sort of the goal.
Yeah, it makes sense. I can't wait to see more of the stuff that you've been working on. So, oh,
Well, yeah, me too.
oh, I see. That's in that. Yeah.
Yeah. All I
Yep.
say is if you see me drawing here, then I'm not working somewhere else. That's what
No,
I would
I
say.
figured that.
Yeah. Hello, just finding work. Hey, Josh. Oh, I know Josh. Joshua Villeneuve. What's up? Hey,
Oh,
Ashley.
Ashley's here.
Ashley, like myself, never sleeps. I do sleep. I give that impression that I never sleep.
I've
I
been
think it's the
falling
same deal.
asleep so early lately. I haven't been able to hit Ashley's stream. It's been annoying me.
Yeah, well, she's killing it.
Oh, she's awesome. I love her stuff.
Yeah. Yeah, follow Gang Feathers work for reals.
Yeah, definitely follow Gang Feather. You're in for a treat. Her stuff is great.
Been Ashley sounds like me in 2006, 2007. Like that's exactly how I got through school full time, working at a studio full time, and then coming home and working on comics. I was like, I could just sleep. All right, okay.
It's like that military thing that they do. My friend Kayla does that. She just passes out for like 5 minutes and she's fine. Like, I hate you. You can do that.
Never did that in the army. Oh yeah, I can go right to sleep, but I wouldn't sleep for like 5 minutes. I would just stay up or sleep. So I've always been that way. I can't just micro sleep. But I had to do like that weird waking thing when I was for like a good year, about 2 years, because I took that studio job, which I just couldn't turn down consciously.
Yeah.
So because I just did not believe the school I was at was ever going to get me work. I was right. It didn't. Like pencil scratch. Yeah, you sleep and it just goes right across the page. It's funny. I actually goofed up yesterday on the Bane thing. The paper, I really like the paper that I use there for the color pencil, but when you're inking, it doesn't dry right away because it has like a slicker surface, right? So the
Hmm.
ink sits on. You have to kind of like the ink's wet for a little while, and um, on his left arm, I move my hand and on his right, like on his hand, it smeared the ink. I was like,
Oh,
I don't want to put white on it. So I took the color pencil and I just like went like on the hand. If you look on the left hand, it has this cool scritchy, and I put some yellow color pencil around. I made it look like it was this intentional thing, and I'm like, say that one. But yeah, totally.
yeah, I've definitely done some shit when I've, almost passed out drawing and things. So, oh, but yeah. Oh,
The stylus just drifts. I never had that problem. Never had a problem with the stylus just drifted. That's a thing.
I think he means if you fall asleep and suddenly you're drifting across the stylus.
Well, that is weird. All right, let me see here.
Do I do that? No, I don't think so. At least not when I've seen your streams. Ashley, I haven't seen that.
I watched Turning Red last night with the wife on
Oh, I
Disney
have to
Plus.
watch that. It looks really good.
I loved it, man. I don't fucking. The people hating on this shit are the same assholes I had to deal with when I was a kid. When I was like, I like Sanrio, you know,
Yeah,
and they're like, you're a guy, you can't like it. I'm like, all right, well, I'm liking it. I don't. I was a kid. I was like, I don't care if I'm the only fucking kid here who's willing to admit they like. I know they like this shit. Like, I just know they. I know like. I just don't believe everyone's as hard. Like even when I was a kid, I was like, I don't believe hardcore would be the term I was using when I was a kid. I don't think everyone's as hardcore as they admit. So I
yeah.
just don't care. Like I thought it was amazing. That more like that. That and Luca, man. I fucking love that stuff.
Mm.
So I'll take that over, Cars fucking four.
Yes.
Planes. Remember planes? I mean, I know they didn't do it, but it's pretty much. Or I'll take this over Incredibles 2. I wasn't that. I thought Incredibles 2 should have been Frozone and his family. I don't
I
really see. There
I
was
fell
nothing in
asleep.
Incredible. There's nothing in Incredibles 2. Nothing happened. Like the
Yeah,
Jack scene was great, where he's trying to get out the house and he's fighting with the raccoon. But like that's it. Like
yeah.
it was kind of a remake of the first movie in a lot of ways. And I'm like, oh, Brad Bird was notorious for not doing that. What the hell?
Corporate
So
bull.
I do not know. I'm
Yeah,
not
I don't
gonna
know
even
either.
speculate as to why that is, but um,
Yeah, I fell asleep during The Incredibles 2. I haven't watched it since I
yeah, I have no
went
interest
to
in
see that
it. So
opening night.
I even remember saying, I would have preferred they just re-render the whole movie with modern tech than
Mm,
do a remaster. You know what I mean? Like of Incredibles one and whatever this is.
yeah,
Uh, Same with what Finding Dory. Like it was all right, but it's not. There's no reason for it. I'm like,
yeah. Finding Dory was amusing, at least to me, but there was no reason for the film. So, but yeah, I have to watch Turning Red. That's like gonna call out to my 13-year-old self. So,
yeah, there's a strong girl side to me. It's like yeah, I grew up with Helen Reddy songs. Like
Rob is secretly one of us.
my mom raised me right, and then my mom turned psychotic around Desert Storm. She turned all super fucking conservative, and then by 9/11, she was just full on racist. And, you
Mm.
know, pro misogyny and shit, and I don't understand any of it.
Yeah, it's kind of weird.
But like, I liked Rainbow Bright, and I liked fucking Care Bears and shit, and fucking, I liked all that stuff. I mean, I would like Care Bears, you know, like that's why when I found Happy Tree Friends, I'm like, oh, it's like Care Bears, but they're violent, even better. Like, still a guy, but like, it's so good. Happy Tree Friends, yeah. All right, so I got this part done. All right, here's the deal, folks. I'm gonna take a fiver. I'm gonna kill the stream, but I'm gonna be back on about 5 minutes. I gotta print this thing out, but I have to create a new video for this. I can't just continue this on. So it's a good 40-minute wrap up on the digital links. I'm gonna print this out. I'm gonna do traditional scribbly lines, and then get color pencil going on this. And then when I'm done with the color pencil between today and early tomorrow at the latest, then we're going to take this and we're going to do digital inks like I did here.
Yeah, you get kind of the Mirage Studios inking on that one.
Oh, I keep my inking real old school. Like if you go look at Bill Watterson, Stedman, and you know
Yeah.
underground comics, like, that's how I make it look like it's all fucked up, but I just prefer it.
Oh, I
So
prefer it like this anyway because they look more like the turtles to me. So
but we're gonna
then
do
again,
that
that's kind of
with
making I
this.
like anyway. So
I would say probably. Let's see. Today's what? Today Wednesday.
yep,
Today's
yeah, this one's
Wednesday. So we'll be digitally inking that Friday. Yeah, and hopefully over the weekend get the whole thing, this whole thing digitally colored too, and then Monday I can move on to other shit. So
this Mega
all right,
Visions.
this is gonna be Mega. This is also gonna be the cover to Mega Visions issue 3. As soon as they ship Mega Vision issue 2, it's not their fault. They had to change a guard. So,
Oh shit.
but that's shipping real soon. They're almost done with that. So,
Hmm.
they're like they already got 3 like mostly done. So it's just frustrating. Anyhow, like I said, give me 5-10 minutes, folks. I'll be back on. All right, peace.